What's good, everyone? Welcome to a live stream recording of Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze. We are here to review The Valley, Season 1, Episode 10, and recent social media news. I'm sure some of you have heard what's been going on. If you are watching here on YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram, you can see our new studio setup. The feedback from yesterday's first live stream for this 3-week series was that the mic was not loud enough. I hope we fix that. I hope that issue is resolved. For those of you who are here live, let me know if you're having any issues with the audio. And don't be shy. I'm going to scroll through comments as we go along and at the end. But the live chat is there for you all to interact with one another. If you are a podcast listener, thank you for listening. Like I said, we have visuals over here on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. So come join us when you are not driving, working out, cleaning. I don't know. What are you guys doing? Tell me. Let me know. As I mentioned, for the next 3 weeks, we will be live streaming on weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. Audio will be available wherever you get your podcasts. I am still experimenting with the technology behind the scenes so I can share as much of the visuals as I can and extra content with you all. For today, we will be walking through some slides and screenshots, so bear with me as I do my best to toggle between all of them because this is literally a one-woman show. Just as a reminder, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. As Countess Luann de Lesseps would say, be cool, don't be all like uncool. Also, don't forget to subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, and leave a 5-star rating, please. Thank you. We would also like to highly encourage you to check out our interviews with Peter Madrigal and Ann Maddox from this season. Links are available in the show notes. In addition, make sure you are following us on social media at Bravo and Blaze. This is the first time we're discussing The Valley with everyone, but I did a review before the last, episode, walking through my thoughts on each member of the cast. That is available on Patreon, and for Instagram subscribers, join now so you can get the extra bonus content. Also, recently, we did a VPR panel. The link is in the show notes. That was with Real Andy, Real Andy of Beverly Hills. We had his husband, Sebastian, Martinis with Eddie, and Bravo Rex. I thought it was a great time. So go check that out. Let's get into The Valley. Also, happy Vander Valley Day to everyone. Forgot to mention that. So, The Valley, Season 1, Episode 10, Babymoon Mayhem. The episode description is, Jesse finally learns about the rumors swirling about his wife, Michelle. The guys come together to support Danny, who is feeling the mounting pressures of fatherhood. Brittany explodes after she overhears Jax accuse her of having a drinking problem to the group. Zach trolls Janet for not inviting him to her Babymoon. Jax ends up in the hot seat as he lets it slip that his marriage is in more trouble than the group may realize. Oh boy. So I do have, bear with me, these pictures are literally me taking pictures of my TV. So they're not the best quality, but we're going to walk through some of them so that we can discuss. There are some really funny moments. As I was walking through all of the scenes, I was like dying laughing because some of the stuff they say and like their expressions on their faces just crack me up. But let's start. So the scene opens up. It was to be continued from the episode prior. We got Jax and Michelle out together. Jax is looking like Selena Gomez with this blanket draped over him, and he's basically confronting Michelle about the rumor that she was texting or sexting some like celebrity or something. And Michelle's like, yeah. So, I mean, she didn't say yeah, so, but she was like, I text a lot of people, and that's part of my job. Well, he's basically, Jax asks Michelle, like, can you handle it from here? Like, do I need to go tell Jesse? Everyone knows except for Jesse. So she's like, no, I got it, whatever. Jax goes and checks on Brittany, says, why can't you be? Everyone else is normal. Why can't you be? This is like, this whole episode, all we see is Jax berating Brittany for being sick. It's kind of sad. But moving on, this next part was so funny. Oh, sorry. I have to give a shout out to Danny and Nia. They're so cute. They're like the cutest couple on Bravo. I swear. They have their twin newborns with them on this trip, this awful trip with these people. And their 19-month-old son is back home. They're FaceTiming. Oh, God. They're just so stinking cute. Look at them. I love you. I love you. She's like, say te amo. They're already teaching up Spanish. Look at that. So Michelle goes up to talk to Jesse. I can't help but laugh at this entire scene because whatever Jax thought he was doing did not work at all. Michelle goes to talk to Jesse, and she's basically like, I need to talk to you because Jax is approaching me about this rumor. And she tells him the rumor, and he's like, actually, no, before she even gets to tell him, she's like, Jax came up to me. He just starts yelling, Jax, Jax, get up here. I was dying. Hold on, I'll show you. Jax. Jax's face, he's like, oh my God, is he calling me? Jesse's like, I don't want to play telephone. Jax winds up going up there, and Jesse's like, I don't care. He is like, who is this guy? Michelle said, I already told you about him. He's a celebrity. And he's like, and you were sending him sexy pictures of you? And she said, no, of course not. So then their defense is go in on Kristen because that's where the rumor originated from. And that's when they're like, Kristen doesn't know anything about networking and, yada, yada, all this stuff. When clearly it's sad because we know now that they're separated and they're getting a divorce. Hold on, I'm turning off this ticker because it's annoying me. Hi, Irene. All right, back to Jesse. So this is just so funny because Jax failed here. I mean, he tried, but it didn't work. Jesse did not care. He even said, he's like, do I look like I care? Do you guys see how affected I am by this right now? He doesn't care. Oh, Lord. I don't give a shit who she talks to. He even then goes on to say, like, he'll intentionally send his wife into a room to go get men's numbers for work. It's like, there's a lot going on here, a lot of problematic behavior. I don't think we have enough time to go into it all. But after this scene, Jesse comes down. Danny is talking to Jasmine and Jason. And it's just so funny because Danny's trying to articulate how his interaction with Jesse went down at the beach when he got upset because Jesse was getting physical with him or whatever. And they're listening to him. Jasmine and Jason are listening very intently. They're like being very patient. Danny's just like, can you say this better, lawyer? You gotta get it out. And Jason, this guy has not made any mistakes. I'm talking about Jason right now, Janet's husband. This man is like almost too perfect, and it's concerning, but he's in first place for me. Well, I don't know. Is Danny in first place? Who do I like more, Danny or Jason? I think I might like Danny just a tiny bit more because in this upcoming scene, I'll tell you why. Let's move on. Jesse apologizes. Poor Danny. He's got 3 kids under age 2. The thought of that makes me sweat. Oh my gosh. I can't believe they're even on this trip. So this is when the group is together. They decide, okay, Brittany's sick. Janet is hungry. The group needs to eat. So Janet says, you guys go outside, fire up the grill, and we'll start cooking. The guys go outside. They have their little powwow. Jesse is just like, it's bizarre to me, just the way Jesse is. Like, I don't understand how he moves. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'll get there in a second, because before that, we see Michelle and Nia talking about houses. Michelle had shown a house to Nia and Danny in Santa Clarita, and she said that she was feeling like that's too isolated, and she's already feeling depressed because of, having the babies and everything, postpartum. She doesn't really want to live there, but Michelle, as a realtor, is like, you weren't completely against it though, so where are you at? And she's trying to, figure that out. But Nia was saying, and I wonder what their housing situation is right now, if they wound up buying anything, because I don't know where I was going with that, but let's keep going. So the guys are outside, and poor Danny just looks so beat down. Jesse is clueless. You would think after an ayahuasca trip, and especially like not too long ago before they filmed this, it was like a week or 2 before this, he just like really has no self-awareness, or like doesn't pick up on social cues. I think that's the right way to say it. Like Danny, he even says in one moment, they're hyping each other up. They're crying. They're apologizing, saying, oh, you're a man. Oh, I'm alpha, blah, blah, blah. And Danny's like, I'm going through a lot right now. It's just, things are tough. And Jesse goes, what are you going through? Dude, are you a moron? Like, what? How dense can you be? This man has 3 children under age 3. He's getting up every 2 hours, putting kids on boobs. Even like that one day that Nia left and the heat or the air conditioning went down and he was home alone with all 3 of them, I felt bad for him. And I'm not even married to him. But yeah, what is wrong with Jesse, guys? Please tell me. Tell me in the comments. I think this is also when, so this is a part where I think Danny is leading just by a little bit, because Jesse goes in to say, I think he's trying to like act relatable to Danny, who's kind of complaining, but not knowing that Danny is just venting. He's not really like complaining, and he's saying like, things are different these days on what women expect. And Jesse jumps in, starts saying, oh yeah, they don't appreciate anything, and looks at Jason and he's like, just watch, you'll see. And Danny was like, well, wait a second. Don't say that to him. He's about to have a baby and they're on his Babymoon. Like, hello, Jesse has no common sense. Like, how rude is that to behave that way on someone's Babymoon that they paid for you to come to? And you're like, oh, your wife isn't going to appreciate you. Yada. Like, hello, you're the one who's not very appreciative. Spoiled brat. I can't with him. He has WMS so bad. So let's see what else. They talked a lot. Next thing you know, Janet comes out, and everyone is hating on Janet right now. Oh yeah, I forgot they were talking about having more kids. Jack said Brittany wants to have more kids, but he doesn't want to. Jesse said he really wants to have another kid, but Michelle didn't want to. Then he says, I think we're done, talking about him and Michelle. It's kind of random, actually, when he's like, acting as if he's an authority figure on relationships in this conversation, and then just says, I think we're done, me and Michelle, like halfway through this conversation. It's kind of bizarre. Poor Jason. They are not, I would be so pissed. This is why I don't like to go on group trips, because when I would be annoyed if I was Jason paying for this really nice trip and everyone's just like major downers, buzzkills. Poor Jason, poor Jason. Someone needs to do a redo for him. So here you can see Jesse. He's pointing. He shushed Janet when she came out to check on the grill, tells her, like, not right now, go inside. And she loses it, rightfully so. I would too, Jesse. Like, he's such a, ugh. How does he talk to people like that and get away with it? And of course, Jason, the great husband that he is, he goes running after Janet, tells her he's wrong, he's sorry, says all the right things, even says, can I get you something to drink? She's like, yeah. Oh gosh. And it almost felt like in that moment that was going to be like the apex of conflict in this moment, but good old Jax Taylor, of course, cannot be outshined by newbies. So this is when Jax is with the group and starts saying, oh, whoever made this dinner, you did an amazing job, minus my wife, who's literally right in the room next to the kitchen and can hear everything. And he starts going in like, how much did she drink? And they're all like, 0. Girl code. Good job, girls. I like to see that. And they're like, no. They're all sticking up for Brittany, and he's just going off. He won't stop. And Brittany finally comes out and starts yelling at him, and she just couldn't take it anymore. And you see the girls rally around her. It's really sad. You see Brittany is obviously physically not doing well, but on top of it, she just seems so sad and beat down and worn out. And I feel bad. It's sad to see, especially knowing what's going on right now. We have updates that we're going to talk about during our social media news. But what else? And then on top of it, Jax is like pouring himself a drink while he's complaining about Brittany drinking. It's just too much. Poor Brittany. Poor Brittany. Look at this picture. Number 1 guy in the group. Jax. He still makes me laugh, and like I find him to be very entertaining. Would I want to be married to him? I don't think so. No, thank you. Poor Brittany. Jasmine makes a good point, and I took way too many pictures, so I'm skipping a lot of them, but Jasmine's like, she's not sick. She's sick of you. On Shenanigans, Sheena's podcast this week, Janet and Michelle were guests on her podcast, and apparently Sheena said that Brittany has not thrown up since separating from Jax. And I kind of feel like they may be onto something. Like, it kind of sounds like a joke when they say, you know, she's not sick, she's sick of you. Like, I actually really think that she might be getting sick because of stress and anxiety. And like, you could even see it when she was in the car. She threw up and she goes, don't tell Jax, he'll never let me live it down, blah, blah, blah. And it just felt really sad. Even Jesse was like, yeah, you could probably tone it down a bit. If Jesse is telling Jax to tone it down, then there's got to be a problem. Look at Brittany. Oh my gosh, poor thing. She just looks, look at, she's got a towel on her head. Poor thing. And then cut to Jason and Janet outside on their Babymoon while this is all going on. Like, you ready for this? Did we make a mistake? Too late, guys. You're already committed. Jasmine. I think Jasmine might be MVP of this episode. She's like, this is a baby moon from hell. I never want to have a baby moon ever in my life. Also, like, why is everyone there? I thought baby moons were just for the future parents, but I don't know. Have any of you been on a baby moon that wasn't for your baby? I haven't. All right, let's keep going. What's after this? Oh, so the next morning, Brittany and Jax, they quote unquote make up, I guess. They like give each other quick apologies and just keep it moving, I guess. It obviously is not very healthy. And Brittany says, like, she feels like Jax thinks she will never leave him. And now we know she did. Poor girl. I can't help but feel so bad for her. Yeah. Poor girl. All right, sorry, I had to move on to the next thing. Jesse's like, yeah, they're fine. Of course he would. You would, sir. Oh, okay, so this is the best. Janet says, last night, I noticed that Zach posted on his Instagram story, and they show just a black screen with Big Bear tagged on Zach's story. And I thought that was so funny, but Janet legit got nervous. She said the hairs on her back went up. She was wondering if he was there. And then she was thinking that Kristen and Luke would be with him and that they were like hiding in the bushes or something. I'm sorry, but that is like top tier trolling. It's like so hilarious. I'm sorry, Janet, but he won that round. That was ultimate. I don't even know what else to say. Oh my goodness. She didn't even sleep, she said. Oh my gosh. Cut to Kristen and Zach. They have their pedicure party. And Zach is just straight up about it. He doesn't beat around the bush. He's like, listen, we're not on the trip. We're going to talk shit. And they do. And they walk through it together, just venting. Zach's like, I may have been a little shady. Their pettiness is so great. I love it. The level of petty is the perfect level for me, says Kristen. I agree. They show the group talking about Zach possibly showing up, and Jesse's just like, come on, really? Like, you think he's in the bushes with binoculars? I was dying. So they want to trick Janet into thinking that they're all doing like activities or whatever. I'm skipping through this other part of Zach and Kristen. Apparently, they are doing a baby shower for Janet. So the guys head out. Janet decides she's going to sleep because she didn't sleep the night before from Zach's trolling. Oh, poor thing. Huh. Brittany's talking about the bar. So, and we'll get to the social media news soon, but this is so sad because she's talking about how she goes into the bar and every time she goes, she feels like it's like not making any progress. There's tables and chairs everywhere. This is her bar also. It may say Jax's on, out front, but this is just as much Brittany's bar as it is Jax's. So the things that he's been doing out in public this past week are pretty shady, I would say. And we will get to that. What else happened in this episode? Oh, the guys, Danny didn't know what Napoleon complex was. I thought that was so funny. How do you not know? And the way he was using it, he was saying it as if it was like not a negative thing when I don't know if you all know what Napoleon complex is, but it's not like a positive thing. It's like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. He had a Napoleon complex. All right, let's see what else. How do we end this episode? Oh my gosh, Jesse again talking about who wears the pants in people's relationships. He talks too much shit when his life is a mess. He's like probably the biggest mess out of them all. Oh my gosh, I can't. He's just so condescending. He acts like he's a know-it-all. He's like Bethany. Maybe I do know it all. It was good to see Jax kind of have a slight moment of clarity, possibly, when he's like, I don't know, maybe I am making her sick. Ay. Jax Taylor. What does he say? They're talking about how bad their marriage is. Yeah, we all know this. What does Jesse say? I think Jax and Brittany at this point, they are where we were a year ago. Shut up, Jesse. What do you know? Your life is a mess. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so let's go back here. Tweets. Just tweet it. I had to tweet about how big of a moron I think Jesse is. He's an idiot sandwich. He just sucks. I just don't like him at all. I already said this. Poor Jason. He paid for the worst Babymoon ever. I'm a Zach stan now because of his Instagram story. I love it. Okay, let's move into social media news. Okay, this is scary. Well, first, big ups to Zach and Kristen. I have a new Bravo experience on my wish list, and that is a 3-way makeout sesh with Zach and Kristen Doty in the bushes at Big Bear someday. If we can have that as like a little add-on experience at BravoCon, I would love that. I would totally stand in line for that one. Make it happen, Bravo. Also, Bravo O... Wait, how many O's are in here? Bravo OMG posted Nightmare Blunt Rotation. They put Prison Mike, a.k.a. Lala Kent, Sheena, Janet, and Michelle. I said I personally would prefer to smoke with Janet because I'd like to fuck with her a little bit and be like, oh, is that Zach and Kristen in the bushes? Like, that would be so fun for me. Love it. Like Uncool Podcasts. I'm sorry, Janet. Zach's troll story was hilarious. We all agree. That was top tier trolling. About Bravo posted, Kristen and Zach match each other's freak, and it makes great television. Agreed. Okay, here we go. Here's the drama for the week. And who is involved? Of course it is Mr. Jax Taylor. Oh boy. So, of course, Schwartz has some young PYT as his new girlfriend. She's like 22 or something. And then Sandoval has his model girlfriend, Victoria, who allegedly hasn't seen the show, doesn't go on social media, but has a new Instagram story daily, whatever. Jax Taylor, he does not disappoint, and he cannot be outshined by anyone, of course. We have here, hold on, let me make this bigger. Jax Taylor, 44, grabs lunch with model Paige Woolen, 32, following Brittany Cartwright's split. This is from Bywig Hello Drama. This was published on May 26, 2024 at 2:58 p.m. Eastern. That means this was over the weekend on Sunday. Whoop, there it is. So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey posted. Model who spent 24,000 pounds, like English money, on H-cup breast implants reveals she has to spend 550 pounds per month in back pain treatments, like acupuncture and massages. Why people would want to sign up for this life, I don't know. I'm trying to reverse it, but I don't know. To each their own. Bravo Buds posted, Jax's new lunch buddy was on Shenanigans in 2021. So I remember, like, I didn't know her name. I wouldn't know her by name or face. I just remember back in the day when this story came out and it was like a quote unquote big deal. It wasn't really a big deal. But she also has a Instagram account where she exposes men's DMs. Like, you know, obviously she's on social media, like literally just bouncing her boobs. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? And of course, these men write disgusting things to her or whatever, and she exposes them. And she also would get paid to hit on men who are taken to see if they would, like, you know, fall for the bait. I mean, it's kind of vigilante, which I do like, but I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Is that like a fun job? Is that a good job to aspire to? I wouldn't want my daughters to do that. Just saying, no judgment. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Cece Loves You posted, if seeing the girl Jax went on a date with did not immediately make you think of this scene, are you even an OG VPR fan? And it's back in the day when Brittany's getting her boob job. Jax is like, I'm paying for them, so I'm going to get them the size that I want. And I literally have boob trauma from Jax Taylor, I think. Moving on, Bravo Buds also posted a video of Jax's lunch buddy page at Jax's pop-up bar. First of all, what is a pop-up bar? Are they saying Jax's Studio City bar is a pop-up bar, or does he have a bar somewhere else? Oh, also, in the article that Bywig Hello Drama posted, I think it said that she sent a limo to pick up Jax for their date. So many things to unpack. One, who uses limos anymore? I would be a little embarrassed to get into a limo. Like, send a black car or something. Like, why does it have to be a limo? Like a stretch limo? What? And then also, what female sends a car to a dude's house? Do you have any respect for yourself? Come on. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Am I old school? Don't tear me apart in the comments. This is all for entertainment purposes only. That's just my personal preference. I would never do that. It just feels weird. Something about this is just off. But then It's a Bravo World posted a video. Jax and Paige are at Jax's Studio City bar, Brittany's bar also, and they're celebrating Jeremy Maddox's birthday. They sing to him, whatever, and then at the very end when it's quiet, Jax's new girlfriend says, "And I'm pregnant." I don't think she really is. I don't know if she is. I don't really care. But I do think that it is very tacky to be saying that in the bar of the guy's wife who just said on television that she wanted to have another baby. Is it just me? Am I the only one who thinks that's tacky? Oh, gosh. Brittany. I I don't know. I didn't even watch the scenes for the next episode tonight, but I'm pretty sure people have posted some sneak peeks. I gotta go catch up. And then tonight we have Vanderpump Rules, the reunion part 3. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then we have The Valley. Like I said, I'm doing this new series, this new live series. So let me know if you guys are into this time of day. I was thinking 1 p.m. Eastern is good. I mean, it's good for me. But you guys, whoever misses the live, you can always come back and listen on the audio podcast, or you can watch the replay on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, leave a comment, and 5-star rating for Bravo and Blaze on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow on social media at Bravo and Blaze. Tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure if we're going to discuss Vanderpump Rules or The Valley. We'll do one of those. The only reason I say we might not get to Vanderpump Rules tomorrow because there's so much content. There's not only the episode tonight, but then there's the uncensored and extended version on Peacock that's released tomorrow. We also have the after show, and I don't think there's any Watch What Happens Live this week or next week. So thankfully, we don't have that extra content, but there already is so much there, and I want to make sure that we cover everything. So we may wait till Thursday to cover Vanderpump, but I am looking forward to tonight regardless. And I just want to thank you all for being here. I hope the audio is better this time. I see you, Irene. I see you, Madeline. I had an epiphany this morning. Bravo in series after series is turning. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, I agree. They're making acceptable, not good. Sorry, I'm just reading through the comments. What the hell is a Babymoon? Babymoon is when a couple is pregnant and they go on like a trip to like celebrate. It's kind of like a honeymoon of them together before the baby comes, because basically when you have babies, your life is done. Just kidding. Zach needs to stop being so shady and have Kristen back more. Have Kristen's back more? Could be he's making her throw up with his consistent complaints and whining. Yeah, I think so. At least at the Valley, excuse me, at least at the Valley, the girls are rallying around Brittany. But let's see how long that lasts. Ooh. Jesse's been checked out. He is just going through the motions. I don't get Jesse. Oh, Michelle is trifling, someone said. Of course, they are going to scapegoat on Kristen to go around the issues. Poor Kristen, you know, they're not putting enough respect on Kristen Doty. She's an OG. The only reason this show exists is partially because of her. And I don't want to say also because of Jax, because he'll take that and run with it. All right, I'm heading out, but I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks again for joining. Let me get my closing music.